while eventually real estate investing can become passive, it will be a long time until you get to that point. Welcome to Mythbusters REI style. What I'm gonna do in this video is go over 8 extremely common myths about real estate and real estate investing, and I'm gonna debunk all of them. I'm hoping to open the doors, peel back the curtains, all the things for you to understand real estate better. The first myth I wanna bust is cash is king. While having cash is great, not many people have it. You have to originate cash somehow. Now, of course, having your own cash is great, but you don't have to have your own cash to invest in real estate. To further that one a little bit even more, I don't even think cash flow is king. Of course, it's nice to have cash flow coming in, but having cash flow coming in through owning real estate is usually a very small amount. I own 280 rental properties, and they bring in $100 to $300 per month net. You have to have a lot of properties to make the cash flow actually substantial. So cash is great, but very few people have it, so it's not king. Cash flow is a little added bonus, but it takes a lot of properties to have substantial cash flow. What's king is credit. So cash is great if you want to buy one property every 5 years, but if you want to substantially grow your wealth quickly, you need to get credit approved at different lenders and go buy cash producing assets and then take the cash those assets produce and pay off who you borrowed the money from. Before I quit my job and went full-time into real estate, I was making $250,000 a year at a W-2 job. And looking back over the past 8 years, I would own $1.5 million in real estate if I saved up enough money to put 20% down on rental properties. While 1.5 is great because I'd be utilizing my own cash for that, I own $45 million worth of real estate because I'm okay with credit. So credit is king. Number 2, tenants don't pay rent. This myth could not be further from the truth. If you do a good job selecting your tenants properly, if you treat them fairly and firmly and communicate with them and make your property somewhere they want to live, not have to live, your tenants will pay rent. This is what I've done since I've started investing in real estate and buying rental properties. I just did it because I thought it was the right thing to do, but COVID showed me it was definitely the right thing to do. So from 2020 to 2021, we collected 98% of our rent, even when the government and people and social media told people they technically didn't have to pay rent for a short period of time. We were still able to collect rent because we did all those things I just talked about and treated our tenants like people. We are landlords, not slumlords, and it shows. And if you do a good job of approving tenants and communicate with them, they will pay their rent. Myth number 3, you need good credit to invest in real estate. This one is just simply not true. If you have bad credit, you have several different avenues you can go down. Number 1 is you can wholesale real estate, which doesn't require credit because you're not borrowing money. You're not owning anything when you wholesale real estate. You get a property under contract to purchase on a sheet of paper and you sell that sheet of paper to somebody else who has the money. So you're not borrowing any money, so you don't need a credit score. You bring the hard work, the knowledge, whatever it is, and they bring their credit score and you combine and partner and they use their credit to borrow money so you can partner with somebody. There are a ton of other ways, but the last one I want to talk about, the third one for this video, is borrowing money from private lenders. I borrowed over $60 million worth of money from private lenders over the past 8 years, and not one of them has asked to look at my credit score. Now, private lenders are going to fund the purchase and repair of a distressed property. You're not going to be able to do long-term funding with private lenders. So this only works if you're fixing and flipping or closing on a wholesale. This won't work if you want to hold rental properties long-term. If you want to hold rental properties long-term, you're going to have to go to a bank or a credit union or maybe even Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, and they are going to require good credit. Having a bad credit score does not negate you from investing in real estate. It just kind of limits your options, but there are a ton of options still. Number 4, going into business with family and friends is a bad idea. 14 of my 45 team members that I work with, I knew before I hired them at some level. Several of them I knew since elementary school. Shoot, Lucas has been my best friend for the past 20 years and we own everything that I own together 50-50. I guess what it boils down to is I value culture and loyalty over skill. In my opinion, if somebody is in the right job, you can teach them the skill. But garnering loyalty and having the right cultural fit is always a crapshoot. We've hired people from Indeed that have worked out and haven't worked out. Just because somebody knows the skills does not mean they're gonna fit into your company culturally, and culture is way more important than skill. I'll teach my friends and family the skills. I want them on my team to go where we're gonna go. Plus, Lucas and I feel like we're doing a lot of really special things, and why wouldn't we want the people we love most doing those things with us? Number 5, you need a lot of your own money to start investing in real estate. While having a lot of your own cash would make things a lot easier, that's just simply not realistic for most people. I know very few people that have inherited large chunks of money or inherited any money in that case and went on and bought real estate. Every single person I know that has been successful, like very successful investing in real estate, has all started out with using other people's money. You see, real estate is such a valuable asset. It produces cash, it grows in value, it provides tax benefits that smart people like private lenders and small companies like hard money lenders and banks understand the value of real estate assets and are willing to lend you money to buy those assets. You're not going to be able to go to a bank and borrow money to buy stocks. You might not be able to go to a bank to borrow money to start a business, but you will be able to go to small local banks to borrow money to buy real estate assets because people with money and lending institutions understand the power of real estate. So as long as you're borrowing money to buy a real estate asset, you're going to have a lot of choices of lenders to choose from. Therefore, you don't need any of your own money. Number 6, real estate investing is only for the wealthy. Now this kind of piggybacks off number 5, but there are a few different things I want to get into here quickly. Let's just say there's 20 million millionaires in the United States. 18 million of them became millionaires by investing in real estate or owning real estate. That means only 2 million of the 20 millionaires in the United States got that way through something else besides real estate or maybe even inheriting money, meaning they weren't wealthy before they bought real estate. So get on the vehicle of real estate investing. It will ride you to the path of wealth, to financial freedom, and to becoming a multimillionaire quicker than any other investment. In fact, all other investments combined. Number 7 is a doozy here, and it is real estate is a passive investing strategy. While eventually real estate investing can become passive, it will be a long time until you get to that point. Real estate is in fact very active, especially at first. You're not going to be making enough money to hire things out and therefore have it be passive. As I said, I own $45 million worth of real estate, and I would consider my rental portfolio passive for me. I spend about 2 hours every single quarter sitting in a meeting getting an update on my rental portfolio. Now, if we do buy a bigger package of houses or an apartment complex, I will get involved in the negotiation process, but buying single family rentals and the management process that comes with that, I am not involved in at all. Now, that's not how it was at first. I was probably spending 20 to 30 hours a week splitting time with Lucas growing it, so it was very active at first, but eventually it became passive. In fact, I have a student, his name is Josh. He was making $50,000 to $60,000 a year. He got the mentorship program to buy rental properties, but he came across a really good deal that made sense as a flip. So he flipped it, and his very first flip, with what we taught him, he made $90,000. And he thought, that's almost twice as much as I make a year. So he's done a couple more flips since then, and now he is on to that next phase. He's about to quit his job and go full-time into real estate. And if he just does a couple flips a year, he'll replace his income, and then eventually he'll start to hire a team, and then eventually it can become passive for Josh if he wants. But that's probably 4 or 5 years down the line. So real estate investing is not a passive income stream. Eventually you can get that way, but at first and for a long time, it is very active. And before I get into number 8, I'm gonna ask you 2 things. The first is to give this video a like. If you're still watching at this point and haven't liked it, please give it a like. And also we have a bonus coming up after number 8. Number 8, real estate investing is a get-rich-quick scheme. Real estate is definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, I don't know any get-rich-quick schemes that are actually legal. But real estate investing is a get wealthy for sure plan. If you stick with it and you don't give up, eventually you will create wealth. Not rich, you will create wealth, like generational type wealth if you stick with it and have the long-term mindset. It takes a decent amount of time to create wealth, and what creates wealth are assets. So you buy real estate assets, then over time, the properties go up in value because that's what real estate does. Over time, the mortgage or the debt gets paid down by the tenant, and that difference is equity, and that's where wealth is created, but it takes time. How you speed that up is you buy multiple properties. So you're adding a little bit of equity every few months, a new rental property, then over time that grows, and you can create velocity of wealth, but even that takes a few years. And to kind of totally spin this on its head, I do think real estate investing actually is a get-rich-quick scheme, because getting rich and creating wealth in less than 10 years is extremely fast in my opinion. And it sure beats working for somebody else for 40 or 50 years and retiring when you're too old to enjoy it. The bonus myth is LLCs are expensive and confusing to set up. I'm not gonna go into a rabbit hole here. We will set up an LLC for you for free and give you a free 45-minute consult with our experts. All you have to do is go to the description below and click on Prime Corporate Services, and you can set up a free call, and we will set up an LLC for you for free and walk you through all the legalities and show you everything for free. So we'll just debunk that myth right there because we'll do it for you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, and share this video with a friend. See you on the next one.